Search engine optimization is all about connecting with your customers in the moments that matter to them. As the owner of an awning company, that means being able to be found on search results, whether that's at the top of the Google Maps or just in the organic slots, so you can start driving traffic to your website so you can generate more phone calls, contact form submissions, and ultimately grow your business. In this video here at Market Geek, we're going to show you how to choose the right SEO keywords for your awning company. That way you can connect with your customers in the moments that matter to them. So let's jump in. Now, for the purpose of this presentation, I'm going to focus on the search term awning company in Baltimore and how your website can get to the first page of a Google search result for that. We're choosing Baltimore because that's where MarketKeep is based out of. As we scroll down the first page of search, what you can see here is something called Google Guaranteed, which is Google Local Service Ads, and that's a paid program. And then there's also Google AdWords, which again is a paid program. Now, to get to the first page organically, there's two places that a business can appear on the first page of search. There's what's called the Google 3-pack, which is primarily controlled by local SEO and what is called your Google Business Profile. And then there's the first 8 slots of a Google search result, and that's controlled by elements of what we call on-page SEO and off-page SEO. I'm first going to cover local SEO, or the Google Business Profile, since it's free to get started with, and it's one of the easiest things to maintain as a small business owner. So let's take a closer look at Hoffman Awning Company and why they're able to rank in the top slot organically within the Google 3-pack. To figure that out, all we had to do was type in their business telephone number, and right here on the right-hand side, you can see their Google Business Profile. There's about 4 things you want to be doing or maintaining as a owner or manager of a Google Business Profile for your awning company. The first is making sure you're generating reviews. The more reviews you have, and I think the more frequent you're able to generate reviews, the better chance you have of appearing in the Google 3-pack. I know sometimes in locations there's companies that have 200 or 300 reviews, and you're just starting out and you're like, how am I ever going to kind of catch them? It's not necessarily getting to 200 or 300 reviews, it's being able to get like a new review once or every couple weeks. I think the one thing you would want to not have happen is to have maybe a gap where it's 4 or 5 months in between reviews. But if you're doing that, that's the most important thing. From there, we really try to encourage our clients to get into the mindset of looking at their Google Business Profile as a Facebook or Instagram account. The more often you're updating it, the better it's going to perform. So one of the simplest things you can do is start uploading your completed photos and projects to your Google Business Profile. By doing that, you have a better opportunity to be able to rank within the Google 3-pack, and you're showing Google that you're taking care of your profile. As we scroll a little bit further down on the Google Business Profile itself, we can also see here that they have what are called products listed. So as an awning company, you have the ability to list all of your services here, whether that's installations, repair, maintenance, and the different types of awnings that you specialize in. The more that you can incorporate into this, the better it's going to be. Something often overlooked is what we would call business profile updates. While not necessarily a huge ranking factor for somebody just starting out in the Google Business 3-pack, this is going to be your best friend. So you can add offers, updates, you can post your completed projects here. All of those things we highly recommend you take advantage of, because if you're able to do that more frequently, again, the better the chances you have of getting into the Google 3-pack. And finally, something that a lot of people know about is something called a questions and answers section on the Google Business Profile. Now, this is something that doesn't appear for every business, but if you are in control of your own Google Business Profile, you can submit a question and respond with an answer. So things such as being able to be like, what areas do you service? What type of awnings do you specialize in? How do I get a quote? Who can I speak with? All of these questions that I think ultimately people would be asking naturally are great things to include in your Google Business Profile. So again, you have the ability to rank higher within the Google 3-pack. Now, the other 2 ways that you can get to the first page of Google search results are by focusing on-page SEO and off-page SEO. On-page SEO really refers to keywords you have embedded in your website, while off-page SEO refers to the number of websites that are linking back to you, or commonly referred to as backlinking. Let's first cover on-page SEO. Since we've already talked about Hoffman Awning Company, let's take a look at a different company called Hawk Awning Company. To be able to figure out how they're performing with on-page SEO, one of the more simpler things you can do is go to their website, take their website domain, go back to Google and type in site : and then enter the website address. Here you're going to be able to see all of the pages that Google has currently indexed and is including in their search rankings for Hawk Awning. So this is something that you can do with your own website. It's also something you can do with a competitor website. But here you get a really good understanding of some of like the on-page SEO efforts that this business is doing. So the one thing that kind of stands out to me is they're trying to utilize what I will call long tail keywords. We also see examples of what we would just call broad keywords. So a broad keyword is sometimes just like the name of the page, right? Like, so if you look at their contact us page, their SEO keyword here is just the word contact. But the one reason why they're able to rank within Baltimore is because they have custom awnings and canopies in Baltimore, Maryland, listed as a search engine optimization keyword. So it's more descriptive. So a long tail keyword is just something that is more descriptive. By doing that, you can see when you type in awning company in Baltimore, Google's looking through all the different websites that are out there, and they're trying to figure out, well, who is able to rank on the first page of search, who has custom awnings in Baltimore throughout their website. That's why Hawk Awning Company is able to get there. Again, long tail keywords are so important and vital because when you have broad keywords, it actually makes it more difficult to rank for because you're not applying a location, you're not giving any like what we would call searcher intent to your website. If we take a look at an example of a broad keyword for awning companies, sometimes that could just be the term awning company, right? That's a very difficult keyword to get to the first page of search because not only would you need that SEO keyword on your website, but you would need about 66 referring domains or 66 backlinks to your website just to be considered for the first page of search, and oftentimes that's not possible. Other times we see websites that just have the word awning, which is even harder to get to the first page of search results. And I think that can kind of be a little bit, again, difficult to get to the first page of search because you have on-page SEO and off-page SEO that you have to account for. Furthermore, if we go a little bit longer, make it a little bit more broad, you could see a term like Baltimore Awning Company is actually very easy to get to the first page of Google and really just requires elements of what we call on-page and small off-page SEO to get to the first page of site search. But the more consistent you can be with the keywords that you're utilizing and the more descriptive you can be with the keywords that you're utilizing, the easier it is to get your website to the first page of a Google search. Now, if we were to scroll down to take a look at maybe like page 4 of Google searches, let's take a look at like some of the reasons why maybe other companies aren't able to get to the first page of Google. And that could be like somebody like Haxel Awnings. As you can see here, they don't have any like locations attached to their website, right? So here, Haxel Awnings has an opportunity to get to the first page of search because they are based in Maryland, but they're not doing that because they don't have the correct SEO keywords in place. So I think that is the most important thing when it comes to search engine optimization, choosing long tail or descriptive SEO keywords. From there, we can then start to focus on off-page SEO, which is having other websites link back to you. Now, a lot of people will hear that and say that, oh, I just need to go out and get a ton of backlinks or a ton of websites to link back to me, because the more websites that link back to me, the easier it is to rank. That's not what we're saying. Not all backlinks are created equal. What you have to take into consideration is how applicable it is to your website. So the nice thing about off-page SEO is it does leave a paper trail. Here we can see that one of the top search results in Baltimore again is A. Hoffman Awning, and that's because they have 653 backlinks from 133 different websites. It's also why they're able to generate about 1,600 clicks to their site on a monthly basis. Now those backlinks are actually coming from a variety of places. The first and foremost being what we call local citations. So that's anywhere you can list your business's name, address, and telephone number. So you can see A. Hoffman Awning has backlinks from like the Better Business Bureau, Yellow Pages, Newswire, Ducks Nose. All of these are what we would call local citations because they're websites that you can list your business's name, address, and telephone number. From there, I think, sometimes you can see like a few examples of what we would kind of call like guest posting, where maybe they wrote a blog article on another website and they kind of get a backlink. Or you can see that they like supported a local foundation, so that foundation included them on their website. But really, if you can just find places that list businesses' name, address, and telephone numbers, that's what you can, that's what's going to help you out the best. So one of the best ways to do that is you could just do best awning companies near me, right? And as long as you spell that correctly and scroll down the first page of search, a company like Yelp or Angie, or Home Guide or Consumer Affairs, anywhere that can list like maybe 10 or 20 different awning companies, that's an example of a local citation and something that you want to go out and get. But that, again, is the key to off-page SEO. Now, here at MarketKeep, we generate free SEO reports for our clients. So if you're interested in learning more about how you're currently ranking for your local on-page and off-page SEO strategies, maybe you want to learn how to do it a little bit better, maybe you want to figure out, can somebody do this for me and how much it would cost? Again, we provide free SEO evaluation reports where we walk you through something very similar to this. It's a video format, so you would get this back in about 24 hours. But please let us know. We'd be happy to do so. All you have to do is click on the button below to request a free SEO evaluation, and our team will get back to you with that new report. But thank you again for reaching out to our business and watching this video. If you have any questions, please feel free to maybe submit a comment in the video below. But thanks again, and I wish you the best of luck with the business. Thanks a lot, and take care.